Okay. Welcome to Women's Sexual Energetic Anatomy webinar. Sorry, my technical issues threw me off a little bit there. So I'm glad you could join us, whether you're joining us live or whether you are joining us in the replay. We're going to talk all things breasts today. And our focus is on breast health. And I really, really enjoy doing these webinars. There is a lot of information about health and women's health in particular, women's sexual health, that I find fascinating. And there's so much information actually when I go and do research for these webinars. It's really an amazing journey for me to learn about things, and I think to myself, why wouldn't all women want to know this information about their own bodies? So it's from that love of knowledge and education that I share this with you, and also because I feel like we aren't taught enough or a lot about our sexual energy, our bodies in regards to our sexuality. So so breast is a huge topic, and I just wanted to say that we will be talking about things to keep the breast healthy. We will be doing a breast self-loving exam / massage. So you'll get a little bit of information about the self-breast exam and how it's done. As well, we're going to infuse the breast health exam with love, hence the word breast self-love exam / massage. So if you, in the privacy of your own home, want to be ready to do that, when the time comes, you can massage yourself through your shirt. I recommend taking off or removing any bras. I'm going to be doing a demonstration when we do that part, when we do the breast massage. So I will be removing my shirt, but I have a bra on, just to kind of have more of a visual for you. But in your own home, I suggest taking off your bra. Isn't that the wonderful thing to do every day when you come home from work? Is the first thing you do is take your bra off and like set them free. All these elastics and underwires digging in. So yeah, feel free to massage through your shirt, or you can even get some oil. Coconut oil is lovely. Olive oil is lovely for the skin. Just pure sesame oil, so not the roasted kind, but just pure sesame oil is traditionally used in Ayurvedic massage for self-breast massage. You could even add some essential oils into your massage oil, like rose, or anything that has anti-inflammatory properties, anything that helps you to feel sensual or that you love the smell of. So that part of the webinar will be coming soon, and there will be a replay as well. So if you're joining us by phone, I see somebody joining us by phone. If you have access to internet, you can get the replay and you can watch and follow along if you can't see what we're doing at the moment. But, so I'm going to start a little bit, we're just going to talk a little bit first about breast health. I have a PowerPoint presentation for you, and then I'm going to switch to video again so I can model the breast massage. And yeah, my technology is doing something strange at the moment. So usually when I share my screen, you can see my PowerPoint presentation, but you can also see me up in the corner. That's not happening for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway.
Stephanie, it's
Yes.
Marilyn here.
Yes.
I can't seem to get on the Zoom link that's on the email.
Okay.
but I would love to get on.
Okay, well, the link has worked for Gail and Olive, right? So
Okay. I updated my Zoom, so maybe I guess I'll just have to listen and then I can watch it when it's recorded.
yeah, or you can just try again. You know, you can have your phone and listening if you want to give it another try.
Yeah, I've tried it quite a few times.
Okay, I'm not sure what's going on there for you, but I'll be recording. I am recording this, unlike last month. I accidentally forgot to record this amazing interview I did with Julia Saunders. I'm so sorry, Julia, if you're listening. It was a great interview, but I highly recommend your book. So yes,
Okay, well, thank you.
I am recording this, so you will get the recording if you're on my mailing list.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Oh, it is working. Here we go. All right, I'll get my little laser pointer here. I like red. So welcome to our breast health webinar. Yay! So first I just want to talk a little bit about the breast-heart connection. I was tuning into my higher self. As a medical intuitive, I do medical intuitive assessments, and how I access intuitive information is by asking my higher self for information about clients and their health, and I ask my higher self, okay, what do I need to share with these women? What's the most important thing about breasts? And the first thing that came up was this connection between the breasts and the heart. So breasts, as one of my teachers, Minka DeVos, says, breasts are the buds of the heart. So they are a physical metaphor for, or a physical manifestation of giving and receiving love and nurturing. So the breasts exist to give and love and nurturing to newborns, also to give through our heart to ourselves, to our lovers, to the world. It is said that if you know about the chakras or the energy wheels at the 7 different points along the spine, the core of the body, that the breasts are like 2 small chakras between the heart chakra. So each breast emits its own energy. So you can try this experiment. I've done this experiment with different women before, where you imagine this love from your heart just beaming out of your breasts like headlights. Okay, so you can just try that right now. Just if you feel your heart and all the love that you have, all the love you've ever had for anybody in the world, and just beaming that love out of your breasts. And notice what happens in your body when you start to connect into that. The breasts are a physical manifestation of your heart. Like, what I notice is that my shoulders come back. There's like this feeling of like openness in the front. And it's like, all I have to do is walk into the room and just beam, shine everybody with the love from my heart and my breasts. So it's kind of an interesting experiment to do, walking into a room full of strangers, beaming love out of the beams of out of your heart, out of your breasts. And I think one of the most important messages about, the heart for women anyway here is is, it's one of our positive poles. So women are very, very strong in the heart chakra. We have reciprocal strengths in the chakras for men and for women. So in terms of chakras, we say that the fourth chakra, or the heart chakra, is a positive pole. So the energy is coming out of our heart. And for a man, the energy of the heart chakra is a negative pole. So because we're strong in this area, we beam our love into our partners, our brothers, our fathers, all the men in our life. And their job is to kind of take in this love of the feminine. So, and the women have a physical expression here of the buds of the heart, the breasts, sticking out. Other positive poles in women are the belly. So, you know, when we get pregnant, our bellies get big. That's another physical manifestation of this really strong energy center that we have, our creative center. And also our third eye, our intuition, is another very strong energy center for women. So I found that interesting when I learned about that. And so women are, you know, we're kind of like naturally these nurturers. Our bodies are built for nurturing and sustaining life, another human's life. But what ends up happening is that often women are expected then to be nurturing towards everyone else. And then what ends up happening is often women end up giving themselves away to others without nurturing themselves. So this is something that I see in my practice as a holistic health professional and somebody who focuses on and specializes on women's sexual energy anatomy, is that women will give and give and give and give until their well runs dry. Until now. So we want to instill sort of this message of extreme self-care, of radical self-love and self-nurturing to women so that we can love ourselves first and share that love with everybody in our lives. And of course, we want to come from a place of our well is full and our well is running over. And so then from the love that we give ourselves, we're able to extend it out into the world around us. And, you know, if you're a mother and you work and you look after your aging parents and, you know, all this nurturing is really expected of women, it really becomes crucial to make the time, okay? Make the time, make it important, make yourself a priority to nurture yourself. And so that's one of the main issues around breast health for women, which we'll be talking about a little bit more in a bit. But breasts are also, I guess, objects of pleasure. So I have here objects of pleasure versus self-pleasure. So breasts are seen as a symbol of sexuality, of sexual desirability. But I would like to turn this around and make it about our own self-pleasure. And we have a lot to back this up. So here I'm sharing an image from, I believe this is from either the Tao Tantric Arts, which is Minka DeVos's book, or this could also be from Mantak Chia's book, Cultivating Feminine Sexual Energy. I think the picture is in both books, actually. And it's illustrating this connection that we have so breasts themselves are considered primary erogenous zones. So the breasts are primary erogenous zones. Another primary erogenous zone are the genitals. So they're primary erogenous zones. So when stimulated, when the nipples specifically are stimulated, we activate all of the glands in the body. So here in this picture, you're seeing a woman who's doing a Taoist breast massage called the nipple gland massage. So this is a practice that we do in the Taoist practices of stimulating the nipples in different ways and then focusing our attention on giving healing, love, and light, and all the good things that you want to wish upon each of our glands in our body. And simply by stimulating the nipples, you activate the glands. So you might be able to identify with that. When you have your nipples stimulated, it turns you on, it gets things flowing, the juices start flowing, it's pleasurable. So yeah, the nipples are reflexology zones for the glands in the body. So stimulating the breasts and massaging the breasts in the Taoist practices are a primary way to open the heart. The breasts are so connected to the heart, the feminine heart, that one of the ways that we open ourselves to our own love is through breast massage. The breast massage helps to open our feminine heart. That's the first and kind of primary step in this whole Taoist system, is learning to love yourself, to love and nurture yourself, and to accept yourself just the way you are. And we could probably all use a little more of accepting ourselves, loving ourselves, especially our breasts, loving them the way they are. So opening that sense of self-acceptance and self-love, that's kind of the starting point of this whole healing journey with the Taoist practices. And then we get into different practices. I'll talk a little bit about them because we'll be kind of doing some of them in the breast massage, but we also balance all of the organs and the associated emotions. So we've got the 5 elements, which I'll explain a little bit later, and we've got, they're represented by the 5 organs, the five organ pairs, and then they also represent different emotions. So we want to open the heart, to accept ourselves, and then balance our whole system. And then with the breast massage, we also start to awaken the sexual palace, if you will, the sexual organs, and get the juices running. And then we move into more practices that utilize that sexual energy for further healing ourselves and for moving that sexual energy through the different meridians and channels in the body, to heal, to move blockages, to, it's an available source of energy, our sexual energy. And I've done a whole talk about that, one of the first webinars. So when I send the replay, you'll get all of the webinars in that email. So massaging the breasts for our own pleasure, that's what we're going to be focusing on tonight. And as I said, if we can learn to love and accept ourselves and all the different shapes that we have, I'm just going to move this over. So hopefully you can see there's many, many different shapes and sizes of breast. I just love these little images of all different shapes and sizes of breasts. And then while I was looking at different images of shapes and sizes of breasts, I also found all these different shapes and types of nipples. I was like, wow, didn't know there was official words for all these different types of nipples. But learning to love ourselves and accept what we have and love what we have. I have kind of like a good little story or example. When I lived in Vancouver, I was doing different workshops for women, different series, and breast massage was part of one of our series. And a woman came to our class who was seriously considering doing a breast augmentation because she felt her breasts were too saggy or they were too small. And as soon as we started doing these sort of self-breast connective exercises, she'd always looked in the mirror and not liked what she's seen because it was not like this epitome of like this perfect breast. And so she felt she needed to have a breast augmentation to help that. But when she started to actually connect with her breasts and feel them and enjoy them and learn to love them, she decided that she could cultivate that within herself and accept them the way they are. So she decided not to go ahead with a breast augmentation. So it kind of just goes to show you how powerful self-acceptance can be. There's also a really strong link for women between breast health and emotions. And of course, I highly recommend Christian Northrup's book, Women's Bodies, Women's Wisdom. It is a Bible of women's health. And I will refer you to this book for so much more information than we can cover in one evening, because I want to focus on breast health and self-breast massage, everything going into cancer and treatment and all that kind of information. We can't like go really, really deep into that tonight, but this is a great reference for all that kind of information. And so in her book, Christian quotes Carolyn Myss. Carolyn Myss is a medical intuitive, in case you don't know who she is. She's from the United States. And Christian is a doctor who works also with intuitives because she herself is intuitive, and after seeing so many women, she is able to say, okay, women with breast kind of issues and conditions seem to be, she's noticing a pattern in her practice. They seem to be kind of like dealing with the same types of issues. So she lays that out in her book. She quotes Carolyn Myss here. The major emotion behind breast lumps and breast cancer is hurt, sorrow, and unfinished emotional business, generally related to nurturance. She also talks about in her book how chakra 4, the heart chakra, which is the chakra for passion and compassion, any issues with this area, the heart, the kind of lungs, the breasts, anything kind of in that area, any health issues are related to emotional expression. So the capacity to feel fully, to express and resolve anger, hostility, joy, love, grief, and forgiveness. And it's also, breasts are also connected to the capacity to form mutual reciprocal partnerships with balance of giving and receiving, nurturing of the self versus nurturing of others, intimacy with others versus the capacity to be alone, or intimacy with yourself. So those are some of the patterns that she sees in her practice. with some women who encounter breast health issues. And then another perspective is Xiaolan Jiao. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but she's a medical doctor and a Chinese medical doctor, and she's written this amazing book that was gifted to me by my friend Minka DeVos. It's called Ancient Healing for Modern Women. And so it's from her perspective as an MD, but also as a Chinese medicine doctor. And she talks about how breast health depends on the smooth flow of qi and blood through the organ systems, especially the liver, kidney, stomach meridians, and also the Chong Mai vessel. And she points out that liver qi stagnation is the leading cause of breast cancer. So when we go into talking about the 5 elements and the organ systems, you'll see that the organ is connected with certain emotions. So for example, the liver tends to hold on to anger and frustration. So if we have unresolved anger and frustration, it will, it can cause stagnation in the liver qi. And that's what she's saying. The liver qi is one of the main stagnation of liver qi is one of the main causes of breast cancer, according to Chinese medicine. The kidneys tend to hold on to fear. They all have their positive though as well. The stomach tends to hold on to the negative emotions of worry, overthinking, anxiety. So she also goes through the steps of conditions that can arise, I should say, from progressive stagnating qi in blood. So she's kind of giving a progression here. This is what it looks like in the beginning. So in the beginning, stagnating qi in blood can look like and feel like breast pain, especially around menstrual time. And I think that is kind of seems normal for a lot of women. Breast distension, menstrual cramps, and clumsiness. If it gets a little bit more serious, it goes into food cravings, periodic breast lumps, or mastitis. I don't know how to pronounce that. And then if it gets more serious, you might have benign breast tumors, endometriosis, irregular menses, infertility, fibrocystic breast disease, fibroadenoma. Oh my gosh, I should have gone through this, learned to pronounce all these words. And then breast cancer. So not necessarily in that order, she explained, but this is kind of like a progression of the signs of stagnating qi in blood from a Chinese perspective. And she says, our feelings of well-being play a profound role in the health of our breasts. We should not hold back our emotions, nor should we explosively express them without awareness. So emotional health. And then here's a little chart just to give you an idea of how that looks from a traditional Chinese medicine point of view. The heart and the small intestines are associated with these positive virtues. So the heart and the small intestines, they give us love, joy, and happiness. But when the heart is imbalanced, we feel hate, cruelty, and impatience. And then the spleen, stomach, and pancreas, fairness, openness, or worry, anxiety, mistrust. The lungs give us the positive virtues of courage, righteousness, and strength, or sadness and depression. The kidneys, ears, and bladder give us the positive virtues of gentleness, calmness, and silence. or when it's out of balance, fear. And then the liver gives us the positive virtues of kindness and generosity. So you can kind of see like that. She's talking about liver qi stagnation, and then Christian Northrup is talking about this nurturing, you know, like the ability to be kind and to give to other people, to give your love to other people. In the negative, or if it's imbalanced, we would feel anger, frustration, jealousy, or envy. So those are the 5 elements: fire, earth, metal, water, wood, and they correspond to the seasons as well: summer, Indian summer, or the season between seasons, fall, winter, and spring. Little crash course, 5-element theory of Chinese medicine, but we're going to be using it later. So it's good just to introduce the topic. And so why would we do breast massage? So looking at different websites from RMTs and people who practice breast massage professionally, we would do breast massage to increase lymphatic flow, to increase circulation, to increase relaxation, to increase an overall sense of well-being. When we massage ourselves, our body produces oxytocin. That's a really feel-good chemical in our body. And that can be from receiving a massage or from massaging ourselves. It helps to decrease muscle tension.
Stephanie, you're muted right now. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Hopefully I wasn't muted for too long. Okay, so other things to consider about breast health. Of course, they're connected to so much of our connection to our environment. So things like sticking to whole foods so that we're not always buying things in packaging. I know that's really hard to avoid, but a lot of naturopaths talk about, you know, the different things in plastic and how when the food is in the plastic, that gets into the food. And so different toxins that can get into our body from packaging. So sticking to whole foods, foods that are high in antioxidants. Of course, getting enough fresh air, vitamin D, enough exercise. Fatty acids seem to be coming up over and over again too about breast health. To consider the bra that you wear. Is it comfortable? Is the elastic pinching you? Is it is the underwire really restricting the side of your breast here where the lymphatic ducts are? The lymphatic ducts are under the arm, and they can really squeeze the breast and constrict, especially the side corner, which is why I never wear those types of bras. But anyway, just considering the comfort of your bra and whether things can circulate, or, you know, as I said, you know, coming home from work and taking your bra off so that things can flow naturally. Considering what you have in your deodorant. So deodorant we put right underneath our arms, and then that's so close to the lymph nodes, and then also really close to the breast tissue. And I remember in the research I was doing here, just reading about how breast fat had a lot of different toxins in it, from deodorant, aluminum, parabens, and estrogens. But you can get natural deodorant that's just like salt crystals or liquid mineral salts and essential oils. I use a deodorant called Lafe, L-A-F-E-S, Lafes, and it's a spray. It's liquid mineral crystal salt with some essential oils in it. And this is one that I've been really becoming more aware of. Hormone replacement therapy and contraceptives. So it was interesting to look to find out that studies are linking pill use to the 660% rise in non-invasive breast cancer since 1973. And that the International Agency on Research of International Agency on Research of Cancer, a branch of the World Health Organization, they classified hormonal contraceptives in 2005 as a group 1 carcinogen, along with asbestos and radium. So in one study, contraceptives doubled breast cancer risks. Yet we still give contraceptives to our teenagers, to young women who are in our care. So I wonder if there's, you know, a better way that we can help these young women not get pregnant, but also not give them something that's going to be so toxic to their body and potentially increase their risk of breast cancer. So I think that's something for all mothers and women to think about. And then of course, there's a lot about diet. So yeah, please consult Wellness Mama. She gives a lot more information, but something that's kind of across the board is moderating your alcohol consumption and smoking and your general exposure to harmful chemicals. The Chinese medicine doctor specifically goes into more information about, like, you know, avoiding things that aggravate the liver qi in the body. So like too much spicy food or coffee, and alcohol is one of those as well. So something that creates too much liver heat can affect the liver qi, which can really affect the breasts. So there's different, you know, information from different viewpoints. So we're getting close to our little self-breast love session. So I just wanted to share a little bit here of these cute little gifts that I found. I chose the ones like, okay, so when you think about doing a breast health exam, are you like, you know, really serious, you know, your face is really serious and you're just like examining yourself and really feeling for bumps? Or can we make this an experience that is pleasurable, that is about loving ourselves, and it's also about loving our breasts? So I've decided to kind of combine the two things of doing a breast self exam, and also some breast self love. So I'm going to be guiding you through a little self-breast exam slash massage, and we can kind of transform this, kind of maybe something that might be a little bit more clinical, into using our intention to really love our breasts. So when you're doing a breast self-exam or a breast self-love exam, there's many different ways to do it. You can do it in the shower, that makes sense. You're in there, you're all wet and soapy, and you can really feel your breasts. In front of a mirror, so you can also have a visual of how your breasts look. Lying down, suggested to put one hand behind your head, and then the breast tissue can kind of spread over your chest with gravity, and that way you can really feel it. So when we go into this little massage, you can also be standing up, you can lie down if you want to get comfortable, whatever position feels good to you. I chose these two images because these two images show the women smiling and looking like they're having fun. Doesn't she look like she's having fun massaging her breasts in the shower? I thought it was so cute. And she's like laughing, and then this lady over here looks to me like she's kind of like standing in front of the mirror and looking at her breasts. Maybe she's even, you know, jiggling her boobs in front of the mirror. That looks really fun, so I just included those because I thought they were cute. Also, just to show you what the basic steps are. So basic steps of a breast self-exam is to press in either circles around, starting at the base of the breast and then going around and around and around closer to the nipple, or to start from the outside and go directly in lines toward the nipple. It's just basically you want to cover the whole breast. Or for example, like in this picture, you're just going up and down in lines over the breast tissue and just feeling everything. So yeah, so I think we're getting ready for our breast self-love exam slash massage. So here we go. So as I said, feel free to get comfortable as you wish. You can sit, you can lie down, whatever feels good to you. And I am going to play a little bit of music for you. So I am just going to exit this for a moment. And what I have is a breast. This album was created for breast health. So it was imprinted subliminally for breast health. I've had this CD for I don't know how many years, and I was like, oh, I should get that CD out and listen to it. I haven't listened to it. I thought it was going to be like this doctor teaching us how to do a self-breast massage or self-breast exam. No, it's all music. So we'll play that in the background. So find yourself in a comfortable position. And if you would like, you can remove your bra, you can remove your shirt, you can get some oil. I'm going to make myself big here. let's just start connecting to your breath.
Stephanie, we're just still seeing your screen.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Yeah, that's working now. It's great big huge thumbnails now, or 4 people on the screen.
Okay, I'm going to change my view here. Can you see the image of me really big?
No, you're just 1/4 of the screen.
Okay. How about now?
No, you're still 1/4.
Not sure if I can change that.
Okay. Oh, I've got you now. Maybe it was my setting.
Okay, right now on my screen, I'm really big.
Yeah, I've got you really big now.
Okay. Okay. So let's rub our hands together, nice and warm. Take my shirt off. Get your hands nice and warm, rubbing them together. If you've got some oil, you can use your oil. And one of the things we do in the Taoist practices is we inhale and squeeze the pelvic floor muscles, bringing the energy up to our heart, and then press our hands together, pressing the love from our sexual energy into our heart and from our heart into our hands. And take a nice deep breath in. And then we're going to put our healing hands on our breasts. First, we're just going to start with a breast hold. So you can hold your breasts like your right hand holding your left breast, your left hand holding your right breast, so your arms are crossed, kind of like you're giving yourself a little hug. And just take some nice deep breaths with your eyes closed. Feel your chest rising and falling with your breath. Maybe noticing your heartbeat. And feeling what your hands feel like to your breasts. How do your hands feel to your breasts? So notice maybe the temperature of your hands. How do your breasts feel to be held by your own loving hands? And you can move your hands just a little bit, just to give a little bit of sensation. Just notice how the hands feel to the breasts. And then we're going to switch our perspective. Now we're going to feel the breasts with the hands. How do our breasts feel to our hands. So just notice with your hands, the softness, the squishiness. Maybe supporting the gravity, the heaviness of our breasts, or the lightness of our breasts. And we're going to start to breathe in and out of our nipples. So imagining you can breathe in and out of your nipples, inhaling through your nipples from your hands. And exhaling out your nipples into your hands. If you can keep your mouth closed and breathe through your nose, that's great. Imagining that you're breathing through your nipples, drinking in or breathing in the love from yourself to yourself. Smiling to your breasts. And opening your heart to them, to accepting your breasts the way they are. If you feel that you need to apologize or have some forgiveness around yourself for being judgmental towards yourself and your breasts, you can add that to your intention. And let's all take a nice deep breath in together and exhale with the heart sound, which is ha. So kind of with a sigh. Nice deep breath in. And exhale with a again, a nice deep breath in and exhale with the ha sound. So if you know that you have breast cancer or breast tumors, we'll just recommend that you don't want to spread anything into your lymph nodes or spread anything around your breast. So you can do an etheric massage. So that means you can use the energy of your hands and the massaging motions, but we'll just massage off the body so as not to spread anything. If you know that you don't have breast cancer, then you can massage right on the skin. If you have breast implants, it is advised to ask your doctor who did your augmentation for you, because they are the only ones that know specifically what is right for you before you do a breast massage. So we're going to massage the breasts, and we're going to kind of incorporate a little bit of checking the breasts for any lumps or anything. But we're going to do this with love, and we're going to incorporate the Taoist self breast massage. So we're going to start with what's called the earth direction massage. That's where we gather energy from the earth with our hands, and we pull it up through the base of our pelvis, with our sexual energy, up into the heart. So we're inhaling the sexual energy, the earth energy, up into the body, and starting to massage around the base of the breast, or the chest, around the breasts. So what we like to do is we like to inhale as we come up through the breasts, and exhale as we go down along the sides. Inhale up through the center, bringing that earth chi up, and exhale down around the sides. So earth chi and this direction of energy disperses stagnant chi. So you can also check with your hands, your fingers, all around the base of the breasts. And as you can see, as I inhale, I'm rocking forward. And as I exhale, I rock back. So this is quite a natural motion. For the motion to come from your spine. So it's not just, we're doing this chicken dance. It's coming from our spine. So we're inhaling from the earth. You can have a slight squeeze or pull up of your perineum as you bring this earth energy like a fountain up into your heart and around the base of the breasts. You kind of get into a little bit of a meditation, inhaling the fountain of earth energy around the breasts. And then let's bring our left arm up. So we're going to use our right hand. And this is kind of like the deer exercise. We use one hand, so we're going to use our right hand to massage our left breast. We're also going to kind of do a little bit of a spiraling motion, feeling all around the breast. And we're just going to spiral slowly into the nipple. So inhaling through the middle, exhaling down the side, inhaling in a smaller circle, exhaling down the side, just feeling your breasts, checking them, and sending your love also through your right arm into your left breast. And then getting really close to the nipple and around the nipple, and then you can even just lightly dance and circle on the very tip of your nipple. Part of a breast self-exam is also to squeeze the nipples. So if you want, at this point, you can squeeze your nipples just to see if there's any discharge from the nipples. And then we'll do the other side. So again, we're using the earth energy. So we're going to inhale from the earth, up like a fountain to the heart, and then exhale down the side of the breast. Inhale up the inside, exhale down the outside. And we're just going to spiral around the breast, bringing the earth chi while checking our breasts all the way around the nipples. Just noticing for any painful spots, any lumps. And then until your finger is dancing or spiraling right on top of the nipple. And you can do a check with that nipple as well, just squeezing that nipple to see if there's any discharge. So that is the earth direction. So drawing from the earth is very cleansing and dispersing, and a lot of massage techniques use this direction to empty fluid from the breast out towards the armpit into the lymph glands. So this is good for dispersing energy or toxins, getting them into the lymph glands to be eliminated by the body. And they also, this direction also helps to make the breasts smaller and fuller because of this dispersing action and this massaging towards the lymph. So since we're talking about the lymph, let's just do a little lymph massage. This is a lymph massage that I learned. You just place your hand, your flat palm, right on your armpit. So all the lymph glands are in the armpit. And then you just, basically you're holding on to the skin and you're stretching up. And you stretch up. You can coordinate it with your breath if you like. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. Inhaling, stretching up. Exhaling, stretching down. Inhaling, stretching up. Exhaling, stretching down. That's for the lymph nodes. And then let's do the other side. Just a flat palm. Inhale like you're pushing towards your elbow, stretching the skin, and then exhale back down. And just going up and down a few times. Sending the love from your heart into your right armpit. I don't know if you've ever loved your armpit before. You can say you did it right here. So that helps to flush out the lymph. So now that the hands are up and the lymph is flowing, we're going to learn the heaven direction. So in the heaven direction, we raise our arms up, we gather energy from heaven, and we pull it down through our crown. It comes down through our master glands as well. Through the thyroid gland, the thymus gland, which sits atop of the heart, down through the center line of the body between the breasts, and then up on the outsides of the breasts. So exhaling down between the breasts, inhaling up on the outsides. So imagine this pouring of universal or heavenly energy down through your crown, into the breasts. So when we bring the energy through the master glands, we activate our growth hormone. And this direction is for making the breasts bigger and fuller. So you can just get into a rhythm of inhaling up the sides, exhaling down the middle. Filling the heart and the breasts with heaven energy, the light from above. You can imagine the light of all the stars, the sun, the moon, the planets, pouring down into your crown, down into your heart, and all around the breasts. And then you can let the circles get smaller and smaller and smaller, massaging around the base of the nipples. Smiling to your breasts, smiling to the nipples, the reflexology zones for the glands. And then massaging just with your fingertips on the very tip of your nipples. You can imagine the master glands lighting up with light, the thyroid and the throat lighting up, the thymus lighting up right here, the pancreas in the solar plexus lighting up, the adrenal glands lighting up, and the ovaries lighting up with light. All our glands balanced and healthy, sending love to all the glands. And then let the spirals get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then just cross your arms over your breasts and just notice how they feel. Notice how your heart feels. Saying thank you to your breasts for being able to absorb the healing energy of heaven and earth through the heaven and earth direction. Smiling to your breasts. So I'm going to give you a little taste of a few more little movements that you can do. So it's going to be fairly brief, but these are some of the movements that we do in the Taoist breast massage that correspond with the different elements, the different organs. So one that I like to do first, which actually does not correspond with any of the organs and elements, is pulling any chi off the breasts that may be from other people who are attached to you. So it's like basically removing any unwanted energy, removing any unwanted attention that you've had through your life. So you're just spreading your fingers all the way around your breast to the very outside. And imagine you're pulling off any comments about your breasts that you didn't like. You can let it go back down to the earth for compost. Removing any glares or any stares of anyone looking at your breast. A lot of women hold on to these things for years and years and years, just pulling off any unwanted touch that you've had of your breast, just pulling it off, letting it spiral, 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 like down a drain into the earth. And just lovingly let that go. I do not need you anymore. I release you and do not come back. So you can spend some time doing that. One of my favorite elemental massages for the breast is the spleen. So the spleen, stomach, and pancreas loves to have everything shaken up. So we're going to shake, shake, shake. Shake your boobies. Shake, shake, shake. Bounce them. You can support both breasts from underneath. And just let them bounce up and down. Give them a good shake, one at a time. And you can make the healing sound that goes with the spleen, stomach, and pancreas, which is, so that's, in case you can't hear me. Releasing any worry, any anxiety. Releasing any scarcity. Any feelings that I am not enough. My breasts aren't perfect enough. Just shake all of that off your breasts. And then replace with a beautiful yellow light. Just feel the energy of your breasts. Inhaling in a yellow light, the healing color of the earth element. Another nice one is the liver. So the liver is very much, it's the wood element, so it's a kneading massage. So kneading your breasts like dough. Just feeling how squishy they are, one at a time, both at the same time. Squishing and kneading. The love, the kindness and generosity. Let's knead some kindness and generosity into the breasts. Allow any anger or frustration to be released. You can use the sound shh, the liver sound to release any anger and frustration out of your breasts. Shh. And then just noticing how your breasts feel. You can imagine a beautiful green light. The color of nature, the green trees, leaves. Affirming the virtues of kindness and generosity. And knowing this balance of being kind to yourself without overgiving. So having some boundaries. The kidneys is, let's see. Kidneys and lungs are very similar. It's a very gentle massage. It's very gentle with your fingertips. The lungs can be all the way around the breasts. Affirming your strength and your courage. And the color is white. And if you want, you can release any sadness or depression or feelings of loss or grief with the sound. And see a beautiful white light in your breasts. Noticing how they feel from that beautiful, etheric, soft touch. And kidneys are the same, but just around the base of the breast. Massaging the base of the breast. You can kind of hold the breast, support the breast. Kidneys and kidney energy is about feeling support, the support of the earth. You can hold them, support them. And you can release any fear in the breast with the sound. And then noticing how the breasts feel. Imagining a beautiful blue light of peace and stillness and calm. And feeling supported. And the last one is the heart, spreading the energy from the heart around the breasts. Love, joy, and compassion. You can do the figure 8 around one breast and then around the other. And releasing any feelings of bitterness or impatience or hatred with the sound. And feeling the breasts. Imagining the beautiful color of red and the positive virtues of love and compassion. And again, we'll just come back to holding our breasts like so, or hugging them like so. Smiling to our breasts, giving them our love and gratitude. And really feeling that connection from your heart into your breasts. And from your heart through your arms and your hands into your breast. Saying thank you, thank you, thank you for my beautiful breasts. And you're welcome to enjoy your breasts for the rest of your evening. And just notice how your breasts feel after having massaged them a little bit. So in the beginning, when we were doing the earth meditation, we were squeezing the perineum and bringing the energy up to the heart. You can do that throughout the whole breast massage. That brings the sexual energy from your genitals up into your heart. And when the sexual energy is combined with the energy of the heart, we get compassion chi. So it's we've got love in the heart, and when the sexual energy connects with the love in the heart, we get compassion, one of the greatest and most positive human virtues. So it's been a long webinar. It's already 7:21, so I understand if anybody has to go, but if anyone has any questions or comments before we say goodbye, Please feel free to unmute yourself.
A question I have is when we were doing the lymph massage in the armpit, and you're, going up, when you come back down, are you actually a bit of pressure? You're actually moving the tissue down as well, or just resetting your hands?
The emphasis was more with the stretching. So this was one of the recommended ways to massage the lymph. I saw it in a couple different ways, and it was always recommended to put the hand flat and to kind of like, so like your hand is stuck there and then you're sort of like stretching up and away. And then when you come back, you're just coming back to the starting point. So you're sort of like pressing and moving it up and then bringing it back down. So it's kind of like the stretch is happening that way.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
that's sort of how it was explained.
Okay.
Yeah.
It feels, it just feels, I don't know, really, really nurtured and warm and fuzzy.
Nice.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining me. And please, yes, always take your, I just want to say again, take your bra off when you're doing your breast massage. I just kept my bra on for modesty's sake. But yeah.
It felt really nice on the skin.
Yeah, it feels really nice in the skin with oil. And also you can go through a t-shirt if you like. And if you want to go through silk, that is highly recommended to massage. Massaging through silk also feels really, really nice.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you, ladies. I will let you go and play with your breasts. You might want to connect with them longer while you're on a roll. Thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you next month for our webinar, the first Monday of January. Bye.